Moira and Sean were somehow able to turn their sadness over Lauren's diagnosis into immediate action. I remember standing in the rain before the very first walk, and Moira gathered us all in a circle and asked us to shout, "Cure!"
Moira is the quintessential advocate. If you need help raising a child with diabetes, she'll write a book. If you need to raise awareness with legislators, she'll chair Children's Congress. And if you need to raise money for the cure, she'll get on a bike.
The Stanford family adopted me as their own for the entire 4-day ride weekend. They have taught me so much, and I have no doubt that my daughter is thriving today because of their contributions to JDRF.
Moira and Sean have gone above and beyond since Lauren was diagnosed with type 1.
These two wonderful people have made a difference, a significant difference in many people's lives. They give a voice to many in the community.
From complete strangers to family, for no reason whatsoever other than they are good people with huge hearts.
Sean may be the quieter of this dynamic duo, but he is mighty, always behind the scenes, making sure everything is just right and moving forward.
To a parent of a newly diagnosed child, diabetes is the monster lurking in the shadows. Moira is the nightlight.
She's dedicated, committed, effective, tenacious, and brings a sense of humor to the problem of T1D.
Moira is a champion of champions for JDRF and people with type 1 diabetes. She's a friend, an inspiration, she's funny, she's kind, and you will be hard-pressed to find anyone with more passion. I love Moira McCarthy. She's amazing.
Greetings, everyone. This is so backwards. Why am I behind the podium and Moira's off to the side? And before I start, did everyone notice the gown? She looks fabulous, right? For those of you that may not have seen Moira up close, I wanted to share that this hand embroidered with the names of hundreds of people living with type 1 diabetes. This is not only so Moira, this is so JDRF. Thank you, Darlene Wynn. Thank you, Darlene Wynn, for designing, sewing, and gifting that amazing piece of art. We are all so thankful for your generosity. Since Lauren was diagnosed at 19 years ago, type 1 diabetes has had a dramatic impact on our family. T1D imposes itself on us, and at the same time opens a bright and hopeful door. It forces us at times to feel alone, and yet offers the promise of a community changing our world. Last summer, I got to see our community up close in volunteering for the JDRF ride in La Crosse, Wisconsin. While proud of our family for raising $25,000, seeing the personal sacrifice and determination of our community was incredible. I stand here tonight humbled because JDRF, this community we are part of, has helped me see my entire family thrive. As a dad and a husband, I am so grateful for that. Last year, Moira fell down a flight of stairs, traumatically injuring herself. You can imagine my surprise last week when, returning from her work trip, she described a particularly steep and scary climb up a peak called Angel's Landing in Zion National Park. Climbing up the steep and narrow trail with sheer 1,000-foot cliffs on either side, her pride and happiness in making it to the top was a great experience. Whether in challenging herself or helping others to overcome obstacles, it's my wife's courage that inspires me and others and brings joy to our family, and I'm so proud to be her husband. On behalf of both of us, we'd like to thank you for this honor. Oh wait, Moira, you're usually so shy. Would you like to say something?
I just happen to have this microphone in my hand. How'd that happen? You know, it's ironic that we're standing here being honored, because the honor goes to the community here tonight, and the community that has supported us since, like Lee said that day, that amazing cashier, we've got to find that cashier and give them a bonus, asked us to give $1 to help cure diabetes. And I look at when Lauren was diagnosed, our world became dark. And the day that we discovered the JDRF community, everything began to get bright again. It was clear to me there was a community who could help us thrive and grow. It was clear to me there was an army of people who were not going to stop helping and giving until we cure this disease. That's been a remarkable, remarkable thing. So it's done a lot of things for our family. It's empowered us, it's enlightened us, but the best thing it did was help us raise an amazing daughter, Lauren. Lauren, would you just stand up and wave? You know, Lauren has never flinched at being called on. I don't know if Heidi remembers, and Kelsey and Holly, her best friends who are here, remember, but when she was about 8, Heidi asked her to speak in front of a bunch of businessmen in Boston. And Lauren said, "Can I bring Holly and Kelsey and some other kids? We have a plan and it's none of your business." And they got up in front of these businessmen and they did a rap about the walk. And the CEO of a pharmaceutical company wrote a check for $200,000 that day. It was unbelievable. Further along, Lauren developed a friendship with the late, great Senator Ted Kennedy that changed the way we fund diabetes research on Capitol Hill. She was individually responsible for that as a teenager. So much friendship that he asked her to speak about him at the Democratic National Convention. I'm just so proud of you, Lauren. And Lauren, by the way, is a healthcare lobbyist on Capitol Hill now, so pretty cool. So how did all this happen? I was on that hike that Sean told you about last week at Angel's Landing. Anyone know Angel's Landing in Zion? It's nuts, man. So I'm on this hike, and it's literally toe holds. And you look down to your side on either side, and there's a sheer 1,500-foot drop. Remind you of anything in life? You're going along, doing your best, trying to balance. On this side is danger, on this side is danger. Trying to keep it in the middle. Diabetes, right? So I get to the top, and I'm like, yeah, I made it to the top. And then I'm like, oh my God, I have to go back down again. Is there an escalator? There's no escalator. So this is what happens. I'm on my way down, and there's little parts that have little chains every once in a while where you can just grab on. And I knew I was at a really scary part, and I knew there was a chain coming up, so I was really excited to just breathe. And I came around the corner to where the chain was, and it was jam full of people coming up. There was nowhere for them to go. I was going to have to step out from them, find toe holds, be like this, with 1,500 feet down, and trust. So I'm standing there, and I'm looking at these people, and I said out loud, I'm scared. I don't think I can do it. And then a wondrous thing happened. The first man in line reached out his hand. I grabbed his hand, and that human touch, that confidence I could feel through him, and that safety helped me take the first 2 steps. I breathed in, I took the steps, I looked up, and the next hand was out for me. And the next hand, and the next hand, until I got all the way down that really scary part and I could breathe again. And I thought to myself, that's what we do in JDRF, right? We reach our hands out. When we're scared, when we're alone, when we need a walk team, all my friends over there who have walked for me all these years, when we need a ride donation, we reach our hands out and we hold on to show people that we're there for them. Tonight is another night. We need to reach our hands out. We need to grab our bid cards and hold them high, because outside of this room is a whole world full of people needing to feel that human touch and that support and that absolute power that's going to drive us toward not just living better, but as Crystal said, living without diabetes. I close in saying this. Jay Hewitt has a wonderful quote, and he says, he's an Ironman world champion with type 1, because, like, what's the big deal, right? He said, take your worst thing and make it your best. We're going to do that tonight. Our family's been able to do it, and I'm proud of us. And tonight, we're all going to take this worst thing and make it our best thing and break every record. Thank you very much for the honor. We so appreciate it.